Welcome everyone to another Group C matchup. We have RebornGaignun versus Afin Shou here, and should be a fun one. Afin still looking to pick up his first win in this group. Gagnun reeling from his loss from ShadowShield here with me. Doesn't introduce himself, but hello and welcome ShadowShield to the co-cast here. Yeah, he's reeling from that loss to ShadowShield, looking to avenge himself here in the group. Still clawing for that second seed to emerge. And we're going to be beginning here on Palace. And then the bands were Panorama and City. I apparently did not draw any of that stuff, so I'm just going to start jumping off. I hit the back button and I got 4 aura both times. Alright. We see Gagnun going aggressive with Glacial Wall and Flame Sword, but does get hit by a Swift Blow by Afin. I think we saw him play this against the Wolf too. Not really sure what direction it's supposed to head. He's got up to 5 aura now, so he might be using... I think it just turns out to be a regular Dance of Death, and then he uses a pressure. So, with that Swift Blow down, if he's able to land the pressure and hit the Dance of Death, which blows it on the Glacial Wall, which he knew he had, I'll have to see. It would be a one-shot KO if he gets both Swift Blows and lands a pressure. I mean, at the same time, if you walk a Flame Sword and you have an ability like that, you can almost always hit it like with a 95% chance almost. Gagnun's just going to town with that Flame Sword, though. Psycho Spear also doesn't connect. Not really a high percentage skill versus Cartwheelers. Gagnun's still looking on the offensive here. Afin just trying to create space at this point, which a jumper can excel at. Gagnun forced to basically just run after him. Does stop by his own base. Doesn't manage to get hit by the trash there. Hits the 7. Doesn't have the second Swift Flow. Yeah. Well, I mean, he wouldn't have been able to end the game because he would have had the damage from the previous Swift Flow. So we'd be at the same amount of damage remaining, either way. But now he has 4 attacks in hand, likely 2 Swift Flows. It's possible he has something else. Does have the Rock Shot. Is allowed to break the Glacial Wall. Fortress is still there. Not sure if he can break it. Again, we don't know if he has 2 Swift Blows or if he has a different attack. Return to Nature. It gets rid of a little bit of Afin's ability to create the distance between him and Gagnun that he wants. Let's see. Oh, the railgun comes out, and he attempts to block it with a Dance of Death. I.e. doesn't block, but also doesn't get hit, so, you know, railgun hacks. Gagnun attempting to hit the reverse onto the rock shot. Manual aims that railgun. Psychic Wall is going to put a solid stop to that. Afin's honestly not in that bad of a spot if he keeps playing this clean. Guinan looks like he might be having some of that PTSD flashback from his last match against you here. The Dance of Death is back. And he has learned to respect that move more than he previously did. Almost gets caught by the trash there. Still trying to hit the railgun. Afin playing a good, solid defense, though. Not letting Guinan catch any free shots. Baits out the Ice Sword. This is a nice move. Oh, that's rough right there. Now without a shield, he's going to be in a hard spot there, but that was a good gamble. If any way he could have gotten Guinan to not use the reverse at point blank. Throws his own railgun. And a railgun on railgun... yeah. Railgun v. railgun, Guinan's really good at that, but it is one shot to two shots. So if they trade, Guinan loses. Guinan has to hit two before he gets hit at all. It's a specialty of his, playing the manual aim railgun game. And the Ice Sword does connect. That puts Afin within range of being one shot by the railgun. But he may just die to the Ice Sword at this point. Yep. Guinan finishes him with the Ice Sword. Plays it nice and conservative after taking a lot of damage early. Shows respect to the Dance of Death this time. That's something we didn't see him showing as much respect to last time, and it definitely came back to bite him. And we are headed to Sunlight Highway. Alright, we'll have to see. Afin putting up a good show and a good fight here in the beginning. Have to see if he's able to keep that pressure up and pick up a win here. And we got a good angle here. Let's see. We see a 4 start out of Afin out of 5. Picking up some greens. Going to be starting to power up quickly. Guinan with a nice start with 6 aura. Does get some damage down. We see a yellow wisp from Guinan and a red wisp from Afin. So that's going to be Optic Faith out of Guinan and Key Psycho out of Afin. Bomb is erased. You got to wonder if one of those is a Tiger Strength there. Would have broken the flash hole at least. But he's still holding the 2 greens in hand. I'm not sure what they are. Bomb, Big Bomb also erased by a flash hole. Guinan hits a violent change, but it only catches 1 capsule. They could be voids, maybe? I mean, it seems like one of them should be a Tiger Strength. Trance out of Guinan, now throwing the Willow. Dodges 1, catches the 2nd. His Iron Skin was also broken. Guinan keeping the pressure on. Afin using, is that Skywalk or was that Jump? Gets hit by a 2nd. Bravery, but that Willow is going to spell doom for him here in a moment. Hits the pressure. Looks like he's using the same deck, or just a different version of it. In love with the pressure lately. Does get a nice Psycho Spear combo on a Guinan, but isn't able to close out the game. Not totally sure where the rest of that arsenal was going, because he dug pretty deep. I guess those greens were pressures that we saw. That's what we were seeing, was 2 pressures. With Pano and City banned, that'll take us to Refinery. See if Guinan can close this out cleanly 3-0. But, I mean, we're still seeing a good fight out of Afin, I would say. What do you think, Shadow? Yeah, I'm impressed with him so far. Looking forward to seeing more of him as we go forward. He only has one more match left, and that'll be actually against you. All right. See what we can get here. We see the nature out of Afin. See if we can get a better... Looks like Psycho out of Guinan. Both with somewhat moderate aura starts. Afin does have a shield and is able to dodge the Psycho Spear at a dirty angle. Thunderstorm connects, though. He didn't even turn around. He just ran right through that. For those of you who aren't as used to Thunderstorm, you dodge it like a killer satellite. Or a hole, honestly. If you're a cartwheeler, you dodge them about the same way. Memory of Battle hits for 2 damage. Guinan holding onto an aura particle, perhaps fearing the vicious balance. Afin looking to hang now. Lightning Sword on the chase is going to make it difficult. He could have probably hopped down onto that box, but he didn't hop there. Guinan keeping pace for now. Afin just on the run, and Lightning Sword getting a little too rich for Guinan's blood there. Not sure how much more he's got. The exhaust is nasty. But Guinan holding that extra aura particle, not in as bad of a spot as he could have been. The irregular rhythm goes down. Guinan running that Memory of Battle, though, all of his skills are pretty low cost. He's still going to be able to hit a lot of those. Or use, rather. Hitting being a whole nother ballpark. Now, let me look at that Enviro again if I can get the right angle. I'm not sure that's... Oh, he must have used a Enviro Killer, I guess. Crush. And Pressure Psycho Spear of his own. Guinan closes out the match. 3-0. I didn't see the Enviro go down. I got myself distracted. Commanding win from Guinan, but a good show out of Afin. Puts up a real nice fight on Palace and kept the games going. Guinan moves on now at 3-1. And is... I think that locks him basically for second seed. I think Wolf with a win over Guinan could maybe make a tiebreak. Have to look at the stats, but Guinan in a good spot to advance from the group right now.